People of YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Since I don't watch Disney Star Wars and I don't plan on being indoctrinated by Disney, let's react to somebody who actually reviews Disney Star Wars and puts himself through the pain and torture of watching such terribly written shows. It is neurotic, so let's see what he thinks about the Acolyte.
Cultural critics like the Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic have dubbed the show
That's not
lore-breaking
him.
for its recent
That's
revelation.
not him. Oh, it's Looper. I like Looper. Why is Looper going after uh, YouTube reviewers? They're supposed to be objective. They're not supposed to have any sides in this. They're supposed to be journalists.
But their commentary isn't productive. Rather, it encourages bigotry and hatred over a show that's just getting started.
That doesn't sound
It
right.
encourages bigotry and hatred over a show that's just getting started.
No.
Power of two. The power of many.
14%.
The power of one. The power of two.
Wait. You did what?
The power of one.
Racism. Because they said the show is bad.
Power of many.
Nerderotic.com.
Hey man, go subscribe to Neurotic.
I didn't want to make this video, but considering the events of the last week where we found out that the Acolyte isn't ruining Star Wars, we are, and that's the royal we, by the way, the 14% audience score should be embarrassing.
What I don't understand about critics, right? The critic score is 70 something percent, while the audience score is 14%. How is that even possible? Like, are you did you all watch the same thing? Or were you just paid off? I think they were just paid off.
For the reviewers and apparently the Critical Drinker and yours truly through our reviews of a poorly written streaming show are fostering hatred and bigotry. Keeping all that in mind, I have decided to reconsider and apologize. For nothing. Let's talk about the Acolyte episode 4.
Oh my god. I've seen snippets of episode 3. That was a train wreck. I don't plan on watching these shows, like I said in the beginning. I'm not about to be indoctrinated.
Previously on the Acolyte.
You lost your entire family. Your mother's, your sister.
Oh, why are you telling her life story? She knows this information. Why are you telling her this? Why are you giving exposition? You're supposed to show the audience, not tell them.
I carried them. I created them.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. How? How? The only way you can do that in Star Wars is if you use the dark side. So I'm assuming the Lady of the Horns is going to be the Sith. The Sith, right?
I carried them. I created them.
The power of one. The power of
What the fuck is that?
the power of many.
This is where we are.
Father. They have no father.
You are.
They did say it's the greatest Star Wars. Fucking hell. Oh man. It can't get worse, surely it can't get
Ascension is
worse.
about walking through fear. It is about
Wait.
sacrifice.
It's episode 4, right? How many episodes does that have? It only has 5. I thought it was 8 episodes or something. They've done 4 episodes already, if I remember correctly. So there's 1 left. I'm confused. Oh, it is 8 episodes. They're halfway through the show and they haven't done shit. Wow.
Sacrificing a part of
Wait a minute. My
Ascension
bad,
is
my bad.
about walking through fear. It is about sacrificing a part of yourself. The power of many instead of the power of one.
Just jetting shit.
To die.
The Acolyte episode 4 is thankfully a very short 27
Very
minutes
bad
and 11
makeup.
seconds, not counting the previously on in credits, which quite frankly isn't enough to review, but thanks to the Acolyte's lead actress Amanda Stenberg providing us with some bonus content, now there is. The Acolyte episode 4
fuck was she
Day
doing?
is filled with slow-moving establishing shots, multiple exposition scenes, characters slowly walking down hallways or
Alright, exposition. Don't tell me what's happening. Just show me.
slowly
I
walking
can
up
make my own. I can make my own assumptions. I can figure the rest out for myself. Just show me. Don't tell me.
to doors, characters talking to each other and not making much sense, and we're gonna skip all that. It opens up with an establishing shot of planet Gobbledygook, where we find the
Oh, the
Wookiee
Wookiee.
cooking and possibly investigating the lesbian space witches. Man, at least we get to see a Jedi Wookiee fight, right? Can't wait for that. This is followed by a scene with OSHA, who was coincidentally OSHA trained to put out fires in space, crushing on
Kind of a fighting space.
X-23. And who couldn't see this coming with a Disney Star Wars product? Two young girls crushing on each other after roughly 4 minutes of screen time together. Now, to be fair to the House of Mouse, if they
Like mother, like daughter.
break up next episode,
I
it checks
mean-
out. Jedi Master Nepo does some girl bossing and quickly assesses that May was trained by a Jedi. How? From this hologram. The nepotism is strong with this one, but I'm not really sure how she figured it out. Maybe it was these awesome Jedi moves.
Right.
Then Jedi Master Nepo spends the rest of the scene trying to figure out what the hell Jedi Master Soul is saying.
May's objective is not solely her own.
And despite absolutely nothing
the fuck
happening
was
in this
that?
episode, Leslie Headland wouldn't want to miss an opportunity to once again take George Lucas's lore to Harvey's couch. Hey, remember
Why is this guy here? He shouldn't be here. He
the
shouldn't
guy
be
who
there.
said this in The Phantom Menace?
Impossible. The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
This is Jedi Master Conehead, or Ki-Adi-Mundi, who wasn't supposed to be born at this time until, of course, Disney Star Wars decided to retroactively destroy more
Right.
lore. And
Right.
honestly, that's the least of this scene's problems, because apparently there's a deleted scene out there where, after saying that the Sith have been extinct for a millennium, he follows that up with, except for that time we ran across a coven of lesbian space witches where two of them managed to conceive twin daughters without a father.
He never said that. He
Mother,
didn't say
who
anything
incidentally
like that.
didn't look anything like their mother. I mean, where are the horns? But they were created by this thing called the Thread. So that really dark lord-looking dude carrying around a red lightsaber who trained May couldn't possibly be a Sith. It's not important. Please keep in mind
Are
this is
those
the same
beef
Disney Star
marks
Wars that's
on
been
his
destroying George Lucas's lore for
helmet?
years and doing things like having Han Solo walk into a lightsaber, Luke Skywalker overdosing on the Force, Princess Leia died. Not really sure how. Somehow, Emperor Palpatine returned, and their one-hit series is a repurposed Boba Fett and a repurposed Yoda. And when they got around to doing a Boba Fett series, they made him Boba Fett.
And I tried to cut back on the beers so the stomach wouldn't be out too far.
And then there's Obi-Wan Kenobi, whose sole purpose was to watch Luke Skywalker until Disney Star Wars got a
Just
hold of
left.
him, and he decides to fuck off twice to fight Darth Vader
Oh,
twice
man.
and not mention it later. Meet a
Pretty good lightsaber fight, but pointless.
toddler Princess Leia that Princess Leia fails to mention later, and the Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi had a real
Oh, you see there? You see, yeah. I think you can see the mouse. You could have just walked around it. Go around it, bro.
hard time getting through a gate he could clearly walk around.
Jeez.
And Ahsoka being alive to usurp Luke Skywalker's story. In other words, it's on brand for modern Disney Lucasfilm. Anyway,
The stupidity is strong with this one.
Soul and Jedi Master Nepo devise a plan to once again use OSHA as bait to draw out May. And this brings us to the most poignant scene in all of the Acolyte, the use of pronouns in live-action Disney Star Wars.
Is he or they with us?
Don't say it. Don't say
And
it.
the rest of the 27-minute episode is spent with the clueless Jedi in a race to get to Kelnaka, the Wookiee Jedi, before Asian Ezra Miller and May. Then we get a heel turn that might give you whiplash. May is good now. You heard me right.
I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to kill a Jedi without a weapon. I don't need to keep this deal. What? Osha being alive changes everything. My loyalty is to Osha, not your master. What I'm going to do is surrender myself.
I saw a clip on TikTok where she said she's gonna kill her sister if she leaves. Now her sister is the most important in the world. What the fuck? You can't just change your motivations like that. Did you earn it? I doubt that. Yeah, they still earn the heal the face.
To Kelnaka,
To
and then
heal
turn
the
myself
face.
into
You can't
Jedi.
just decide.
You gotta be f***ing kidding.
And this shouldn't surprise anyone. Nobody thought that diverse female antagonist was actually going to be evil. Of course, she's going to be oppressed somehow, and her actions will be justified, even being responsible for the death of 2 Jedi.
Down with the patriarchy.
That was a travesty. How do you kill Trinity in the first episode, in the first, 15-20 minutes? I might have actually considered watching it if you didn't kill off the most compelling character, I would say. Because he does use charisma and presence. Then you just kill off your biggest star. It's
And leave it
ridiculous.
to a Disney Star Wars Gen Z villain to give up on revenge because it's hard. This brings us to Kelnaka, the Jedi Wookiee, arguably the most compelling thing about this series. It would have been awesome to see him fight, right? Well, he dies off screen. And what was
Another
the
one.
reason we didn't get to see a Jedi Wookiee fight? The budget. Listen, guys.
They have $180 million. What do you mean, budgetary reasons?
They only had $180 million. What do you expect? And after sitting through 27 minutes and 11 seconds of an episode that felt like it was
can't do
2
that.
hours long, you would think this Disney Star Wars intricately written story would lead to something. After we had 2 girls crushing on each other, pronouns in space, and a Wookiee Jedi killed off screen. Nah, Smilo Ren shows up and pushes a bunch of Jedi.
Get easier.
And the big mystery to the 5s and 10s of people who are actually interested in the show is, who is Smilo Ren? Is it Asian Ezra Miller? It could be, but I'm leaning towards
It's probably
something
the
like
mother.
this.
Probably one of their mothers. Or the green Jedi.
Credit to Disney Star Wars for not making an episode as bad as the previous. The good news with the Acolyte, we're halfway through the season. The bad news, we're only halfway through the season. And just when you think things couldn't get worse for Lucasfilm, they do. Series star Amandla Stenberg, who has the amazing ability to play 2 characters exactly the same way with the exact same haircut, decided
And
to
the
come
same
out
facial
with a
expression.
diss track against Star Wars fans. A diss track that Amandla feels so strongly about that she's copyright claiming absolutely everyone who posts it on X or YouTube. In what's likely an industry first, a TV show star has written and released a song and a music video complete with dance moves in response to racist backlash against the show.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
A song with a chorus, and I quote, "We so bored, don't fuck with yo discourse." Yet
And
you
you
made
made
an
it.
entire song about it.
Exactly.
Now most of this song is in response to End Wokeness putting up an older interview with Trevor Noah where Amandla Stenberg says she wants to make white people cry. That had nothing to do with the Acolyte. Because taking things out of context to support a narrative doesn't help anyone. I want you to remember that. Amandla Stenberg, the adult pretender who's worth $3 million, speaks mostly of oppression in her song, but she also says this. Speaking of which, journalists, I'm looking at you. Did you forget it's your job to provide the truth? Spreading divisiveness, mining the metrics and date. Seem you gave up on all your ethics for money and views. And I can tell you that people...
Yeah, on your side. Why are you going after journalists? Journalists are literally on your side. Journalists, if I've seen all the articles, the American journalists, and mostly some in other countries as well, they always go after the fandom when they express their opinions. They never criticize the actual source for how bad the writing is.
are tired. Yes, they are. Because you can absolutely apply what you said there to Disney, the company you work for. And the kids don't trust anything they view. And you're right. But you don't have to worry about that with the Acolyte because no kids are watching it. Another lyric from the song by adult pretender worth $3 million, Amandla Stenberg. And now you listening, I'ma tell you something fascinating. They spinning woke, bastardizing it, and appropriating it. Last I recall,
It's a word.
woke was something we created. Did you create it, Amandla? Speak truth to power. I don't hate to break this to you, Amandla, and anyone else at Lucasfilm, because apparently you need to hear this again. You are the power. You work for one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world,
Yep.
who owns ABC, ESPN, Hulu. They bought Fox for $72 billion. They're a little influential. They're also, and forgive me if you've heard this one before, the same company that thanked a concentration camp in China for Mulan, covered up Chadwick Boseman's face on the Black Panther poster for China, shrunk Finn on the Force Awakens poster for China. A company well known for providing the discourse and gaslighting what's left of the divided fandom for years. Now, as far as Disney Star Wars is concerned, Amandla, you're just the latest shield they can hide behind to cover for a bad TV show. And your diss track takes things wildly out of context and conflates them to support a narrative, one that calls Star Wars fans, your potential paying customers, racist, which unfortunately is on brand for modern Disney. Here's how the game plan works. Preemptively attack your fans by calling them racist before your crappy show comes out. The show comes out, everyone says it's crappy. Continue to call the fans racist. One of the stars makes a video calling the fans racist. Access Media articles are written in support of the actor calling the fans racist. And then the inevitable support from Disney or Star Wars or both calling the fans racist while supporting the actress. And please tell me when this has ever worked. The Acolyte is the Marvels of Star Wars. It was something that was predictably bad. We just didn't know how bad it would be. Recently, a Spaceballs sequel was announced, and it's well over a decade too late because Disney Star Wars is the parody. And as far as independent reviewers fostering hatred and bigotry, the only ones I see doing that are Disney.
Certainly, there have been times where, you know, there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
Just kind of unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken, but
how would they say it?
No way we're hiring a white male that's working.
Nerdrotic.com.
Thank you for coming and thank you for listening. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like what you heard. If you didn't like what you heard, I thank you for staying this far into the video. My channel is not monetized, so I don't post as much videos. I don't have, yes, I could say motivation. I would like to post more, but I need 4,000 views in order to do that. So, if you see the video, like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you want me to react to, and I will do that.